Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you my 5 current favorite board games. And I'm going to let the board games speak for themselves because they're beautiful, they're completely different from each other, and they're games you definitely need in your collection. Let's just start with the top one. It's called Photosynthesis, and in this game you are trying to grow and cultivate a forest of trees. And you're competing with other players who are also trying to grow trees, so you're fighting for sunlight and space, and it is a gorgeous game. I've actually done a full how to play of this game, so I will link that below as well as above so you can go check that out and see how beautiful this game gets as you play. There's trees everywhere. It's completely beautiful. Definitely a favorite of mine, and there's actually an expansion to it called Under the Moonlight that adds different animals and different elements and completely switches up the game. So this is a really cool expansion, and I just love the box. I know I should probably incorporate it into the other box to reduce the amount of boxes on my board game shelf, but it's just too pretty. Too pretty to pass up. Next up is Mysterium, and this game is so unique and super fun. You're either gonna love it or hate it. So one player plays a ghost and the other people can commune with the dead, and they're trying to figure out who killed this person, where they were killed, and with what weapon. Very Clue. However, the only way that the ghost can communicate with the other players is through dreams. And these dream cards are beautiful. The art is insane, and it's just such a beautiful game. And you have to interpret these dreams that the ghost gives you. They can give you 1, they can give you 4 different dreams to try and help you figure out who killed them. There's other elements to it that I'll let you discover on your own, but it's just a crazy fun game, and it varies depending on who's playing with you. Some people are quite literal. If they're like, oh, it's clearly the garden. There's plants in this dream. Like, how do you not understand this? Some people are more cerebral. It is an amazing game. So fun. And the ghost always ends up sitting behind their little wall, just like rolling their eyes and really questioning their friendships. Next up is Takenoko. In this game, you are a gardener who is trying to make the emperor happy by growing this beautiful garden of bamboo, and there's a panda that eats things, and you're basically trying to accomplish certain task cards that either have a certain level of bamboo you're growing, or you eat a certain number of different colors. So everyone's kind of playing their own game while playing against the other people at the same time, and it's so beautiful, and it's a tile-based game that's constantly changing, and the replayability is so fun. And this is definitely a game that we usually will start off with when there are people who aren't that into board games or are just getting into this type of board game. This is when we start with because it's a pretty simple rule set and really easy to follow. Now, I talked about these last 2 games in my 5 great board games for 2 players video, but we've been playing them a lot, so they're favorites as well. The first one is 5 Tribes, where you are moving around different people and doing a lot of character movement in order to gain victory points. Each of the 5 tribes does something different. There's added elements of djinns that give you different powers, and it's just a beautiful game that has really good tactile feel. I find that a lot of my favorite games have a lot of things you can touch and move and manipulate, and I just really like that aesthetic. And last but not least is Small World. This is a game where you're playing one of 14 different races trying to take over the map. And the reason it was in my 2-player game video was because it actually has a specific board for 2 players. But you can obviously play it with more people, and it's really fun because the characters are constantly changing. The way it's set up is that you get a power and a character, and those are constantly switching. So one time you might have a commando elf, or a diplomatic human, or a swamp dwarf or something, and they're constantly switching and changing, which makes this game super easy to replay. And once you get all the rules, you can play this really quickly over and over and over again. It's one of those games that is a little intimidating when you first look at it because of just how many pieces there are, but once you just get into the rule book, you get past that, it's actually a really, really simple game, but a whole lot of fun. So those are my 5 favorite board games right now, but of course, I'm always looking for new ones. So if you have any recommendations of really great board games, leave them in the comments below. and I will probably buy them. But I will link all of these games in the description if you want to get more information, look into them, as well as that photosynthesis walkthrough video that I did. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, besides your favorite board games right now, what other videos and board game videos you want to see me make. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.